Hello, everyone. First of all, my colleague Afek and I would like to thank the organizers of this year's Wiki Indaba conference for acknowledging and accepting this essential presentation. Let me introduce myself. I am Nonny Ntlahla from Cape Town, South Africa. I work for the Wiki in Africa organization as the admin support. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is leadership in action, gender gap and capacity building, drawing attention to the Wiki Loves Women and She Said campaign. Wiki Loves Women is a project which has been operating for 6 years across Africa. Since 2016, Wiki Loves Women has operated in 15 countries with over 78 gender-focused NGOs and civil society organizations in Botswana, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, France, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. The Wiki Loves Women project aims to mentor, train, and inform leaders through multiple programs that build awareness and the expertise of participants. As a result of this, participants are able to efficiently utilize their agency and address the consistent, systematic bias that exists around Africa's women in the media and beyond. Wiki Loves Women presents a series of attainable content Wiki Loves Women presents a series of attainable content drives which encourage the contribution of meaningful content to the Wikimedia projects. In essence, the project is encouraging the contribution of quality information on African women to be published and made widely available via Wikipedia. A few initiatives derived from the Wiki Loves Women project is the focus group, which is centered around leadership, mentoring, the Inspiring Open podcast, the She Said Drive, the Isa Tell Us About Her Drive, and the Wiki Loves Women South Asia. You may be wondering, why are we working on this project? Why is this project important? The Wiki Loves Women project bridges two significant gaps, mainly women and Africa. It brings forth the challenges of African women. It encourages the contribution of existing researched and verified information to Wikipedia with the intent of redressing the systematic bias online about women. And most importantly, the project is able to celebrate the pivotal role that women play in each country's political, economic, cultural, and heritage landscape, which are all major factors. Working with gender equality focused civil society organizations to release their intelligence onto Wikipedia has been one of the many accomplishments produced by the Wiki Loves Women project. More examples include working with established women's groups and existing Wikipedia volunteer groups to disseminate information among Wikimedia projects. There's been an increase, I'll let the plane go by. Sorry about that. There has been an increase towards leadership development, where we have seen the contribution, communication, community building, and event organizing skills of women so that they have the skills, knowledge, and network base to sustainably activate local participants and content, which happens via drives and events. Accessible Wikimedia content drives has also been established, where we have seen the development and hosting of strategic content drives to engage Wiki Loves Women participants and support Wikimedia-focused gender gaps across the movement. There's also been great results in community development, where support and activities that motivate, activate, and increase participants within the local Wikimedia communities. And through the project, there's been raised visibility of gender and representation gaps, where Wiki Loves Women's activations, events, and works with the partners, significantly raised the level of knowledge about the consequences of the gender gap and provided skills participants eager to combat these persistent gaps. Lastly, I will end this section of the presentation by playing a video from two WikiLove Women Focus Group members. Thank you so much to Minette and Carol for sharing their wonderful testimonies. And thank you all for your attention.
Hello, my name is Minette Lonti. I am an entrepreneur and a Wikimedian from Cameroon. I am a member of the WikiLoves Women Focus Group. The WikiLoves Women Focus Group is an initiative that brings together female Wikimedians from across the African continent mainly, and provides them with the skills and knowledge to be more involved in their community and to carry out various wiki projects, generally aimed at bridging the gender gap on Wikimedia and increasing the visibility of African women. The focus group is a training program and a mentoring platform which has provided us, the trainees and members, with not only practical knowledge and skill, but also mentoring and moral support. I've learned so much through the program. I learned how to write a rapid grant request and apply for the grant with the Wikimedia Foundation. My first grant request was accepted and founded, and I was able to carry out the WikiLoves Women project in Cameroon in 2021, which was my very first experience as a project lead. I also learned how to organize events, wiki events, report writing, community building, and so much more. Finally, I also discovered the project to WikiCode, and I learned how to contribute on the project in Cameroon. The WikiLoves Women Focus Group has been a very enriching experience so far, and has allowed me to significantly grow my skills as a Wikimedia. The focus group has really given me a sense of belonging, which I had never really felt in any other wiki group or community before that. Through the project WikiLoves Women in Cameroon, I was able to recruit and train a group of women to become contributors on Wikipedia and other projects. We now have a WikiLoves Women community here in Douala, and I am looking forward to growing the community and empowering all our members. The WikiLoves Women Focus Group as a whole has really helped me to become a more involved contributor and a better trainer and mentor. And I'm very grateful to the mentors, the great mentors, Ayla and Florence, that we have on the WikiLoves Women Focus Group.
Jambo, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Carol from Nairobi, Kenya. I am a member of Wikimedia Community Usergroup Kenya. I'm also part of the WikiLoves Women Focus Group. And currently, I am a Wikipedian in residence with Code for Africa, which is tackling climate change on Wikipedia. And its main focus is tackling related misinformation and disinformation on Wikipedia. WikiLoves Women for me is a space for women by women, which has been a learning space to understand the gender gaps on Wikipedia and gender gaps on Africa information on Wikipedia. It has been also a space to learn about the Wikipedia movement at large. It has been an eye-opener to understand also about various campaigns and various, like an all-round space where I'm able to learn about Wikipedia. As for me, I joined the movement when I barely knew a lot about editing. So it's the space, it's where I have learned how to do a lot of edits, how to, new skills every day, and how to facilitate campaigns, how to understand the rules and the do's and the don'ts about the movement. It has also been a space that I would say has helped me to also help my community understand the movement more. So it's been, I have been able to transfer skills to my growing community in terms of learning more about Wikipedia. So to me, I would say just been an all-round learning and understanding how the movement works. I have been able to run 3 successful campaigns in my community, which I don't think would have had the skills to do that if I was not on the focus group. So it has been a stepping stone for me to learn about everything, the movement, how to hold campaigns, how different campaigns run, what is expected. So that is the value it has added to me, and at the same time it has added a value to my community, because at least there is someone who understands the movement and who understands campaigns, and the skills I have learned I have been able to also share with my community. And it's all because we've had mentors who have held our hands to get to learn so many things. And the mentors and the focus group is a small, I would call it an intimate group, where any question that you have, you get to run there, ask a question. Someone is always willing to understand you. That Ubuntu spirit of just working together, sharing information. So it has really helped me as an individual in terms of growth and to my community. Thank you from Nairobi, Kenya.
Afek, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Is it okay?
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, the next slide, Nonny.
I can do this right.
Okay.
And then I come. Good. Yeah.
Okay, why do we organize the She Said campaign every year? It's to balance the representation of gender gap in the entries of Wikicode. Like, I'm not going to be reading all of that, but like the representation of women is less on Wikicode than men. So we run this campaign every year on the 1st of October, and we start all adding the codes to the Wikicode project. I'm going to give you some statistics from the first edition, the She Said campaign 2020. So Wikimedians contributed on 7 languages. We had 867 new improved articles, or like only improved articles, like 405 articles on Italian. Italian Wikicode is always the first one.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah. 187 articles in Ukrainian Wikicode and 105 articles on French Wikicode. For the second edition, 2021, like we had more than 1,500 new improved articles in 9 languages, and like Italian is still always the first one. So here are some useful links that you can just use if you want to have more information about the She Said campaign, if you want like to suggest new ideas on the talk page, or to join a new community, like your community, or add new communities. Thank you. Yeah, just if you want to contact me, you can just send an email or contact me on Twitter. And also you can just follow us on social media. There is the Wiki Loves Women social media accounts. Thank you. Yeah, it was short.
Okay, opening up to the room. Questions?
Okay, I don't have all of them, but French, Ukrainian, we don't have Arabic here, by the way. And I'm still waiting for someone to encourage me to start. Nassima.
I'm looking at anyone.
I have a question. So if I want to contribute in my language and we don't have like wiki codes already, what do we do? What's the first step? Do you have to start an incubator, or you have to be out of the incubator?
I presume that's for me. To answer your question, it's Italian, Ukrainian, French, Spanish, English, Serbian, Catalan, Igbo, the Philippines community, so slightly Filipino Spanish, Bengali, and also Rwanda as well. So that there's like a whole, it's, and many, Sadiq, to answer your question, many people have created, so Igbo Wiki Quote was created for She Said.
Okay.
So, and that is, it's like really helped to really push it out of the incubator. So absolutely, there are many, especially African languages, that are not on WikiQuote. So in South Africa, there's Afrikaans, but there isn't Zulu, isiZulu, and isiXhosa, or Sesotho, or any of the others. So we really do encourage you as a way, because it's also another way of building notability for people that you put on. So many women especially have fairly short articles on Wikipedia, and so it's another way of creating notability for them, because they're now quoted in the press or quotes from their published books or whatever, and so it validates beyond just the citation situation. So it's another way of creating kind of like that body of work which establishes somebody as notable within the Wikimedia movement. Okay. So yes, we would encourage that final piece.
Yes.
Same for Swahili.
And Swahili, yes, perfect. It would be wonderful. There are so many in the Eastern, in East Africa who need to be celebrated. So many women.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I think that you work maybe by lingual versions, and I would like to know if it would be possible to work by thematic, for example. Choose scientist women, for example, or women related to World Heritage Sites, or something like this. Because actually we have projects about cities listed as World Heritage Sites, and we are also focusing on people related to these cities. Yes. And it would be very great to shed light on women that contributed to these cities or that are from these cities, and maybe include it in She Said campaign.
Absolutely. So what I recently did was for South Africa, was to use a Wikidata query to find out which women were South African on Wikidata, where the gaps were. Okay, but within that, or that we pulled from Wikidata, included occupations, because then you could see who was people who want to edit. You want to edit about people who inspire you. So if you're a writer, you probably will write about other authors or other writers over a politician or whoever. But if you're a politician or an activist, you probably want to do the other one. So therefore, by having the occupations, it allows people to be able to choose from the people who have already got articles or have already got a Wikidata statement, allows you to then kind of find out, so how many women architects are there, or how many women government kind of municipalities are there, whatever it is that you're looking at, or heritage specialists, and you could do a query for those kind of elements from Wikidata and then find, so absolutely thematic, definitely. And then that allows different languages as well, so it's not, Anybody else? Yes.
Is there a project to listen to these codes?
Is there a project?
To listen to these codes, to record them?
No, but I think it's a lovely idea. And I also feel, as part of that, the media-rich, trying to make it a media-rich environment. But I think there's so much now with podcasts that we could actually extract relevant quotes from podcasts and insert them. But I think it's as much a case of dropping that media into the relevant article on WikiQuote, so that it would link, but you'd have to then upload it to comments. Yeah. So it creates a lot of audio, they don't think about it, but it's not necessarily licensed, so then it doesn't go on to
Can be in collaboration with Wikimedia UG.
Yes, I think there's definitely something. I think there's something in there, and I really feel that WikiQuote is an underutilized platform. Really is. I think there's a lot we can do with it in helping to establish relevancy, but also validating people who. Yeah, Carol.
A quick point regarding that. Maybe it might make sense to talk to, I think, 2 to 3 Estonians who are really kind of driving the WikiQuote at the moment. So I can give you a context later. They are really now Estonian is such a small language, but it's one of the biggest WikiQuotes because there are people actively pushing it and especially focusing on the quotes from female authors, things like that. That is their really special focus. So I can give you the context later. I think it would be wonderful to learn from them.
Well, we would love to have the Estonians as part of She Said. So that's part of the area that we're,
So
it's not just an Africa focus, it's a...
Yeah, I will try to connect you, so that's really nice.
I'm just thinking also about bot on Twitter to post these codes, on a regular day, to promote these codes on Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's that would be amazing to do that, and in different languages as well, because it's from multiple. So if we could actually link, please, because we're happy to also put that, if we can link it via Wiki, the Wiki Loves Women sites, that would be absolutely incredible. And also, it's one of those smaller, it's hard writing an article about a person. It really is. It doesn't matter what language you're in. but especially say in English. But it's much easier to take something that's all from a citation that's already existing, and it's a way of building the skills early without and embedding the citation skills without it being like this big load of constructing a whole lifetime.
Do you have to account for what she said?
Like we have the
She
Wiki
said.
Loves Women, and we share not every day, but we share quotes in many languages on it. And you can also see the podcast. We share our podcast there,
Yes.
linking to another project.
So we would also love because there are obviously, as you said, there's auditory kind of evidence. It is all transcripted, but to have that, then we can absolutely take extracts and put, because they're all under the right license. So all of those, we would love it if people would then extract, because they're all amazing women doing amazing things across Africa. So in the open movement.
Sure, it's a fantastic idea. And, I like from the beginning. I added some courses like in 2020.
Excellent.
So
Keep going. But yes, we need Arabic, and we need other, especially another Tunisian-led space, please, guys.
yeah, we can plan a workshop with Wikimedia Tunisia in the future.
Wonderful. That would be wonderful. Well, it doesn't end until the end of December, so
we still have till the 31st of December.
Does anyone have any other questions for Afek or Nonny about the greater, like the focus group and the leadership? Anyone else about that?
Okay, so the question I would like to ask is, so when it comes to different languages, do you get to translate the code into that language, or you can just literally publish in that same language? For instance, if a Dagomba woman makes a quote, or it has a particular wide saying you want to put across, so an English speaker would have to translate that, right? Or
Well, not
they just have
necessarily
to
English,
be that.
but somebody who speaks English and that language, yes. So how you do it in WikiQuote is there's a lot of quotes from women who are not doing it, who don't speak English or haven't said the quote in English.
Okay.
So what you do is you place that in italics, and then you place the translation of the language that the wiki quote is in. So if it's in English, it would be non-italicized, and then beneath that would be the original language, and then the citation.
All right. That's helpful.
So it's also lovely because it allows people to see the diversity as well. So whether it's Italian or Dagwani or Ibu or whichever, it would allow for that to happen, or Swahili. We have to close this session. Everyone.
Yes, just one last thing. You can just take some bookmarks of She Said from the table, and thank you all.
Yeah, you're
Thank you, Nonny.
Thank you.
Hi, Nonny.
Bye.
Everyone's waiting. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.